Hello, hello, hello. Thought I'd jump on real quick. Give me a second. I'm gonna get you guys adjusted. Driving. I know. Gonna be driving in da. Hands free. Good morning. It's been a couple of days since I've been on and done some therapy. Don't worry though. I did try. I did attempt. I had a day where I started to do some therapy. It was like last week. And then I looked down and I looked at my recording and it only recorded like 3 minutes. So it was like, hey, your phone's overloaded. Empty some shit. So that's what I had to do. I had to do some data cleanup. So we'll see if this works for us now. But yeah, so what's happened in the past week, or longer than that now, because it's been since I've shared where have I at. Oh, year anniversary. Ketchup's passing had year anniversary approached, and wow, what a day that was. That was something that the energy came rolling in that I did not expect to see or feel of any sort of way. So my body automatically remembered the stress and the trauma of his passings. Like, I did not keep track of the day. I did not, you know what I mean? Like, it's not something that I was like, I want to dread. I'm not going to hold on to something like that. Like, when you hold something like that, that's what sticks for, you know what I mean, forever. And I just don't want to hold that date just to hold that date for that. So, anyways, like 2 days before whatever, I was feeling a little cranky and just irritable and just, I didn't understand what was going on because like my eating was good. So it was nothing that I, ate. I slept decent. So I was like kind of frustrated, agitated, irritable with my girls, with my life at the moment, like what was taking place at the moment, and that was like, I didn't enjoy going there. I didn't enjoy being that irritable, and so then I was just like, what is going on? Something's up. Something has shifted. So I evaluate, okay? Well, then it just literally, boom, like a train. Wow, it just hit. And then I just, like, I fell to the ground and I bawled, crying and hyperventilating and couldn't breathe. And I just, it was weird. I couldn't control it. And I wanted to, because it was like, where did this come from? Well, then it had really settled in and made me realize that it was the year mark of his passing. And so therefore, your body and your mind tend to do things because like we store our pain and our trauma. So your body and your mind will do that to you. It's like a clockwork. So I'm going to be prepared for it. And I'm just like, okay, well, this is a part of it. This is what this is a part of letting go. So anyways, went through that. And then on the day of his actual passing, 10/22, year 22 at 2:22, the first needle hit my skin. The first piercing of the needle hit my skin. And I said the time frame out loud. And the artist I went to, she is actually was very good friends with Ketchup as well. So this tattoo that I got on the day of his passing, year anniversary passing, was very, very powerful and healing and just much needed on my behalf for sure. And the artist said that was needed for her. She thanked me for that day as well. But yeah, it was pretty powerful. Nothing was planned in the sense of time frame or, you know what, the tattoo, I literally had so many thoughts and ideas for a tattoo. I literally came up with something the night before. Because I was like looking at other stuff, and a couple people got a rubber ducky tattoo in a tribute to him because he loves rubber duckies. And I love that. And I was just like, I'm not that original person. I'm not like a rubber ducky to him, and I did not mean nothing. So, I mean, even though it meant something to him in his life and he loved rubber duckies, it was not a connection or a bond or anything towards him and I. The love and the passion that him and I shared was what he shared with me is his love and passion for horses, the love and passion of just being friends, and there's so much to it. There's so much to it. So, anyways, I went and got this piece. I don't know if I'm not going to show it while I'm driving. I do have it covered up. But if you're on my Facebook, you guys have seen it. And I'll share it another time when I do a therapy session when it's not wrapped up. But since I'm headed to work and we're only a couple days into recovery, I'm covering it and protecting it from dirt, grit, and grime. But yeah, it was so powerful, you guys. So when I first got there, I have to tell you about it though, because like my friend showed up. He came out. The guy that called me to tell me that he had passed, which was a year, you know what I mean? Like the time he called me was the time frame that he was supposed to be ideally coming and see me. So anyways, he met me out at the tattoo shop so we could, since he wanted to hang out and spend the day with me, which, hey, I loved it. It was great support and he needed it as well. So we met out there, and then I showed the artist what I was coming up with, and so I showed her and I said, "What do you think? Like I'm open to your thoughts and your suggestions, but I want something similar like this." And so she said, "Okay, got it." And she went in the back and she started drawing, and then she came back out and she showed me something and she says, "What about this?" I took a quick glance at it and it took me, and I was just like, "Yep." I was like, "Yep." And so then the image was still settling in my eyes, in my head, and so then I went to her and I said, "Okay," and I stood up for a second and I said, "Hey," so I showed her one little thing that I wanted to just kind of 1 to 2 little tweaks to add in, you know what I mean, just to add in the parts that I needed, that I didn't want to miss from my prior example. And so she was able to take it, she added it in, and no big deal. It looked great. And I was just like, loved it. Like, yes, like that's what I wanted. I wanted something original and custom that came from somebody that even not only she had a connection with him. Okay. So then check this out. So then I go and, or she goes, "Okay, I'm going to finish this last part up and then we'll be ready to rock." I'm like, all right, cool. So I go outside and I start listening to some of my music because I need some music because I'm in therapy, I'm in healing. It's a hard day. It was, year anniversary, emotions are rocking and rolling, tears drop left and right. I was strong for a moment, you know what I mean? It was that day. So I went out and I was listening to some music. And lo and behold, Strawberry Wine that I had, played, not realizing the time frame. The time frame was at 1:43. That's a significant time frame for me. It's a time that I see every day. Another one, earlier in that day on the drive out there, I was listening to a song that he had played at his funeral, that he wanted to play at his funeral, that it's Avicii, I think it is. It's called Hey Brother. But I may have said the band's name wrong. But it had a clip in there, and so even at 11:43, when I looked up, it was weird because I looked up and I saw the time and I just screenshotted down on my phone. I do that sometimes. And so when I screenshotted that and then I looked at it later, it was a screenshot of a horse at 11:43. But there was a clip in that song and it was a freaking horse. Ketchup loved horses. Ketchup owned some horses. So Ketchup was big about horses. And so anyways, okay, so I'm sitting out there, and then when Strawberry Wine, I played Strawberry Wine. Again, I did not realize to pay attention to the time. And 1:43. So I was just like, oh, this is crazy. Like, it's just awesome and crazy that universe, that multi-universe sensation can be felt. But I have the ability to feel that. It's just freaking cool. So then I go in, she calls me and she's like, we're ready. So I go in and she slaps that bad boy up on my arm, and one time she slapped it on and she goes, what do you think? And I looked and I said, I like it. It's good spot. Like, I didn't want to move it. I didn't even look. I mean, I kind of looked. I was like, what do y'all think? And they were both like, yeah, no one said, no, let's move it, or no. Like, I mean, I literally just felt comfortable in that she was like, I was trusting her profession. And so, yeah, I just went with it. And so she, slapped it up on there, and, well, not slapped it, but you know what I'm saying, like, got it on there, and I was like, let's do it. So she finished setting everything up, or, sat in the chair, and the next thing you know, or first and foremost, when I walked back there, I got caught off guard because there was a picture of him. Oh, it was so beautiful, you guys. It was a picture of him and two horses, and the two horses' heads were together, and it was like almost if their head is shaped in a heart. Fucking amazing. Took my heart, took my breath when I first walked in back to her station. Like I said, she had a relationship with him, so she had this picture printed out for me to be there, and had a candle lit, and had a bowl of his ashes sitting there with him. And then I had his ashes on my lap. He was sitting with me the entire time. But his ashes were embedded into the ink. So it's ash ink. A lot of people do it. It's safe. It's, I did everything that I was supposed to. And it's not going to kill me or anything of such. So for anyone that thinks of communicable diseases or anything like that, well, he was cremated, so if you learn after a certain amount of heat, everything becomes sterile. Anyways, so yeah, I got the piece, and I just, oops. So yeah. That's what it was. I was going to finish telling, but I was thinking that I didn't know I came up on my turn so soon. Anywho, so yeah, when I got up there and saw the picture, that took my breath away, and I was just like, oh girl, you gotta prepare me for this, like, So I got on the chair after she had put it on, and when she started going, like, she just looked at me and she grabbed my hand, or put her hand on my other arm, on top of my arm, and started away with it, and I was like, I said the time out loud. When that first needle hit, I just looked at my phone and I said 2:22. Whoo-wee! That the after saying that 2:22. The emotion, everything that hit. Hang on just a second. Was wild. She was full of tears, which I was too. I was overcome with like just powerful feelings, and yeah, it was just awesome. So yeah, and then like later I was just like, hey, it set into me, and I was just like, holy shit. 10/22/22 at 222 is when I started getting the tattoo for his tribute. Is that not cool? Oh, I love it. I love it. So yeah, the tattoo went great. I told her, I said, tell me about yours and his relationship. Tell me about you. Tell me about him. Like, tell me. And oh my God, it was so awesome to listen she shared her love that she had with him. She shared her experiences. She shared her passion. She shared her stories. And it was so cool. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I got to share with her as well. And it was just powerful. It was just really freaking powerful. What a beautiful day. Now the tattoo, it just didn't stop there. Like, we did finish the tattoo. After the tattoo, we did carry on into the next town over and went, had dinner. His favorite restaurant is Mexican, or there's a Mexican restaurant. It's I think that's how you say it. So we went and met there, and she actually drove out and met us there too. So, and then her and I did hang out a little bit after that, and whatnot. So it was a great day. There's this chick like that was riding up on my butt, and she had her phone like up in the window, and there's a cop right on her butt. Like, anyways, yeah. So great day for healing. I got to see a couple of people in his life that meant something, and they shared some of his love and passion. Make sure okay. Sorry, traffic does take my attention to a degree. But yeah, it's just, that was a very healing piece that I needed. The tattoo is connection. I have my youngest's birth flower, and then I have his birth flower because they're both Sagittarius. And then I have the Sagittarius birth flower for one side of the heart. And then the other side of the heart is a horse. And so it's in a shape of a heart on my forearm. If you've been on my Facebook, you've seen it, and if you'll see it if in a time or two in another mentioning, but right now it's wrapped up. So anyways, I think I've already mentioned that. But yeah, it was a piece that needed to happen. It was been 10 years since I've had any tattoos. But now I'm like, ooh, I think I'm in trouble, because that was yeah, that was fun. And it's beautiful. I love it. I love it. Yes, just like I love the universe. Look, you guys, 143. Yeah. All right. Well, I know I'm not far from work, my next stop, but I wanted to jump on and do some therapy and share some thoughts that were a brewing. or not a brewing, but things that were taking place. And like, it's important to share. It really is. And so, that's another thing. You guys remember about like just a couple of clips I'm all like stressing about what people think and whatever? I figured it out. The eclipse, like seriously, the eclipse. I, like me personally, the Jen you guys know, would care and would want the love and the passion and the likes and the support and, you know, like my goofy, I want, the Jen would, but the internal light don't give a flying flippity flip. I don't. That don't. So I figured it out. Because of that, during the healing process, got to pay attention to a little bit more of the signs. The eclipse basically was just like, because I'm like, I don't understand why I'm tripping out about, why do I care how many views, or why do this? And well, I went in and I did a little bit of adjustments on my all my media accounts to where, one, I can't see, or I don't want to see, like you can remove some things and change the statuses. So I think I removed to where like a thing like visual scenes. Like, I don't care. People are stalking me. Stalk away. I don't care. Like, you really are that. I mean, that's the thing. I just don't care. That was the thing. So it was bothering me, but it wasn't. So that's when I had to figure out, I'm like, why is this such an issue inside? Why this has never been an issue for me. I've never been one to feel like I need to like people like me or this or that. Well, that's not what it was. What it was is because of these downloads. Your internal light, you're healing when you're not fucking distracted with the rest of the world, your damn news, your damn everybody else's drama. Everyone else is worried about everyone else's drama. Well, you know what? If you want to worry about my drama, please let people worry about my drama. Maybe I might guide them into healing themselves, because holy shnikes, the downloads are ridiculous. And I'm saying that, and I sit there and I'm like, because like I'm understanding it now, like it's making sense. And it's like, well, no wonder why, because the human part of Jen wanted that. The human part of that. You know what I mean? Who doesn't want to be loved and liked by the people she has been connected with and has been a part of her life? You know what I mean? Like, if they're visually seeing her clips or her post, why wouldn't, and like you're seeing that many views, why wouldn't you want those people that you know literally, like, that's just like anybody, right? So I'm like, well, I'm not gonna, like, it didn't hurt me. It wasn't hurt, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it was so weird. Because I didn't fucking care. But I did. But I figured it out with the eclipse and everything that's taking place. I'm on track. I'm doing the healing that I'm supposed to be doing. This is a part of it. I'm not the only one going through this. And I know that. That's awesome too, because I have other supports that are just kind of like being put up in my forefront. And I'm able to have that as support. And know that, you know what, I'm not alone on this. That I'm not this cuckoo crazy person that's brainwashed into thinking that we as humans have so much more to life than what we have been brainwashed to believe. That, oh, you need to eat, sleep, and drink, and go to work, and you know what I mean? Like, literally, this is your life. This is all you're supposed to do. There's so much more to life, you guys. There's so much more to us. So much more. Internal healing. Oh my God, there's so much. And it's crazy, and I'm figuring it out. Not all of it right now, but I'm bit by bit. So, anyways, I care, but I don't care. So again, going back to that, I fixed my rate. I fixed what I needed to fix. I'm just going to do me, and I don't give a rat's ass. Some of you guys are going to be like, wow, this is not the Jen that's not the Jen that I would have known. Well, guess what? The Jen that you've known is like, she's still here, but she's also dead in a sense. Like, this is the ego death of the internal light inside at this point is just not giving a rat's ass. And that kind of goes back to, in connection to, my tattoo on my forearm. Because all my other tattoos, they're in a spot of cover. Like, literally a cover-up spot. I have a torso tat, I have a lower back tat, ankle tat. It's all coverable. A lot of people didn't even know I had a tattoo. And now, my tattoo on my forearm, it is blatant as day. There's no, like, I mean, yeah, I can wear a long sleeve and cover it up. But, like, if I want to wear a dress or a tank top, guess what? It's going to show. And at that point, I'm just like, whatever. Because I was basically taught and brainwashed, not by anyone in particular, but just basically like if, you know, for tattoos, you should look proper. You don't have it exposed and this and that. But anyways, all right, you guys, I got to jump off here because I'm rolling up into my clients. Okie dokie, have a kick-ass day. I know I'm going to. Love you all, but most of all, you know, I love myself. Bye.